Good morning, all of you. Dr. Nutana, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, 11:05 we'll start. It's 11:05.
Start, ma'am.
Yes, you can introduce the speaker and by that.
Yes. A very good morning to all the participants present here. I cordially invite you all for today's webinar. A workshop on health and wellness is being organized by our college, Padma Shri Institute of Management and Sciences, Bengaluru. Living a healthy lifestyle, such as eating healthy, exercising, avoiding junk, will not only extend our life, but also it rejuvenates our skin and hair, and also improves our overall well-being. It will help us to feel better physically and mentally. We'll be learning more about this in this workshop. Now, let me introduce the resource person for today's session, Dr. Rajesh Sir. He's a PhD holder in aromatherapy. He has done his master's in biochemistry and worked for 12 years in research and 7 years of yoga teaching experience. He has worked as a research associate in best biotech research labs and also as junior scientist in Azyme Biosciences. He also worked at Vittal Mallya Scientific Research Foundation, a DSIR recognized lab in Bengaluru, and he worked on proteins, enzymes, and fatty acids, respectively. He has done a short-term training course on molecular biology techniques in microbiology, which was held at CFTRI in 2011. He has attended workshop on research process and writing a scientific paper that was held by Manipal University in 2010. He has published 15 publications in national and international journals. Extending interest he has shown in yoga, and he has pursued yoga instructor course from SBYASA University. He has contributed 2 books chapters on yoga and mind, on Marma points in revisiting Indian system of healing and neurobioinformatics, mind-body research in relation to yoga and bioinformatics. He has published this book in Sarva Sumana Association. Now, I request Dr. Rajesh sir to kindly present his talk on fitness and health. Over to you, sir. Sir?
Thank you. Thank you, madam,
yes,
for your wonderful introduction. I'll share my screen. Could able to see?
Yes, sir.
Let us start the topic. Okay? Wherever your people are sitting, just they close your eyes and let us chant 3 times Omkara. Okay? Just close your eyes. Inhale. Once again, inhale. Once again, inhale. Please. So today, let us understand what do you mean by health and the wellness. The words has to be understood very clearly, the health and the wellness. As we say, what we do, we always say we are healthy, we are healthy, we are healthy. But on what basis you say we are healthy? We go to a diagnostic lab and get the complete body checkup. In that, all the readings will come normal. Then they will say, they'll start saying that I am healthy. Correct? That is what we do always. And we have a weighing machine in our home. Then we stand on that. We calculate our BMI. If the BMI comes proper, then yes, we are healthy. So this is what we think that the health means according to the modern science. But in Ayurveda, they explain it as swasthya. Okay. This again, both these words are, only thing is that swasthya is it cannot be exact synonym for the health. Okay. So since there's no words are there, so health is taken as a swasthya. But what is swasthya, we will understand now. So if all the reports, your diagnostic reports is proper, then you will say he's a healthy person. But in Ayurveda, they will say him as swasthya purusha. That means swasthya. Swasthya. What is swasthya? We will understand. Purusha is nothing but the person. Okay. So when you say, you might have come across with this in your family members or in your college friends or anybody. They will go to a lab or a diagnostic lab and they'll get the complete checkup of the body. Once they got the report, the doctor will say, no problem at all in this report. Everything is good. He is healthy. But still, if you ask him or her, he will say, I have some problem. I'm not able to say, but I'm not healthy. But actually, the report, all the reports, it is showing he is healthy. But individually, he is not feeling that, or she is not feeling that it is, he is healthy. Okay. So that is what. So that is why we should understand what the Ayurveda says. That means it says, it does not say healthy, it says swasthya or swasthya purusha. Purusha might be male or female. Okay. So according to the Ayurveda definition, swasthya means samadosha, samagnischa, samadhatu malakriyah, prasannatme atmendriya manam swasthya ityabhidhiyate. Means samadosha. I'll split the words. So one is samadosha. The next one is samagnischa. Third one is samadhatu. The fourth one is malakriyaha. Fifth one is prasanna, atma, indriya, manaha, swasthya ityabhidhiyate. Ayurveda says this. What do you mean by this? Samadosha. Samadosha means we have 3 doshas in our body. That means 3 components in our body. That is vata, pitta, and kapha. How we say the proteins and carbohydrates are structural functional unit of the body. In the same way, in Ayurveda, the vata, pitta, and kapha is responsible, or the structural and functional components of the body. The kapha is the liquid matter, pitta is the fire, and vata is the dryness. Okay, these 3 are the basic component of a purusha. So what the definition says is samadosha. That means here wherever they use sama, it does not mean that equal. Okay, it is in equilibrium. Okay, there is a difference. there is a difference between equal and equilibrium. So here the word the sama refers to in equilibrium. So samadoshaha, that means all three that functional units should be in the equilibrium. That is samadoshaha. Next thing is Samagnischa. I'll come to Samagnischa afterwards. Samadhatu. Samadhatu means, see, we say in anatomy, like in our modern science, anatomy, we have skeletal system, nervous system, all those things we will say. In the same way, in Ayurveda, they have 7 tissues in the body. They are classified into 7 tissues in the body. We call it as Saptadhatus. We call it as Saptadhatu. So the first dhatu is the Rasadhatu. The second one is Raktadhatu. Third one is Mamsadhatu, Medhadhatu, Astidhatu, Majjadhatu, Shukradhatu. Shukra in male, it's a reproductive tissue, and Arthava in female. Okay. So these is classified as 7 tissues in the body according to Ayurveda. So what these things will do, see, each component gives the nutrition to the next component. So that is what the Rasadhatu. If the Rasadhatu is good, it gives the nutrition to Raktadhatu. So the Raktadhatu will be good. If the Raktadhatu is good, Raktadhatu is nothing but the blood. Okay, and the Rasadhatu is your plasma. I think you can see now. It is the plasma, and the Mamsadhatu is your muscle, and the Medha is nothing but the fat, Asti is the bone, and Majja is the bone marrow, and Shukra, as already I have mentioned you, the reproductive tissue. If the Rasadhatu is good, then your Raktadhatu will be good. If the Raktadhatu is good, that gives the nutrition to Mamsadhatu, so that will be good. If the Mamsadhatu is good, the Medhadhatu, that is fat, will be good. And if the fat is good, the bone will be good. If the bone is good, bone marrow is good. Then finally, the reproductive organs will be, or reproductive tissues will be good. So what is the source of this Rasadhatu? The source of the Rasadhatu is the digestion. Okay. Once everything is got digested, the rasa is absorbed into the plasma. So that is the main source. So people, if you have, usually what happens in this age, you will be getting the pimples and all. If the pimples and all is there in your face, that means there is some problem with the Raktadhatu. So now you can analyze, if there is a problem in a Raktadhatu, the root of the problem is nothing but the Rasadhatu. If you apply so many creams on your pimples, it will not help you. So your food, that is the digestion part, should be good. Then it will improve the Raktadhatu. Okay. So if somebody is thin, or if somebody is very fat, again Medhadhatu. Again the root for that is the Rasadhatu. Whatever the nutrition you are giving, that is very important. Finally, current time, everybody is facing the infertility problem. So what is the infertility problem? So basic root of the problem is in the Rasadhatu, because according to Ayurveda, it says that if the Rasadhatu is good, Raktadhatu, it will nutrient Raktadhatu. If the Raktadhatu becomes good, then it will nutrient the Mamsadhatu. Then again, it goes to the end, that is Shukradhatu. Then finally, the reproductive tissues will be good. This is about the Sapta Dhatus. So this Sapta Dhatus has to be maintained properly. Then next one is Samadhatu Malakriyaha. Malakriyaha means it is the excretion. Okay, excretion. So excretion is in the form of 3 types. One is, we call it as Purisha in Ayurveda, that is nothing but stools. Then which is the solid part, and Mutra, that is urine, that is the liquid part, and Swedha. Swedha is nothing but the sweat which is from the skin, again it is in the liquid form. So if these three are regular in manner, okay, that is what it says. Samagnisha samadhatu malakriyaha. Malakriyaha means the function of this. If that is proper, again, I'll come to that next sentence. But again, imagine if the Svedha is not working in properly. Some people, they say, I'm not sweating at all. I'm not sweating at all. So if they are not sweating, that means one of the excretion is not proper. If one of the excretion is not proper, what happens is the body gets the foul smell. Okay, so this is the problem with this excretions. So this has to be proper. That means in regular manner. That is malakriyaha. Then one more word is samadnishcha. Samadnishcha is nothing but the Agni, which is there in our body. There are 13 types of Agnis, but the main Agni which is there is, it is called as Jataragni. That means the Agni which is present in the stomach, that is fire, okay, which is helps in the digestion, assimilation, all those processes. No, it helps in all these processes. So that is the Agni. So that has to be proper. If that is proper, again, Samagnishcha, then Prasanna. See, till now, till here, it is your diagnostic report. Correct? These are all the things they will check. They will check the stool sample, they will check the urine sample, and they will check this or not your muscle mass and bone mass. What are the and blood? What is the count of the blood? All those things. Till now, they will check it in the diagnostic lab. But Ayurveda says one more thing. Prasannatmendriya mana. That means prasanna. Prasanna means it is the bliss. That means in the happiest state. What should be in the happiest state? That is, one is Atma, another one is Indriya, another one is Mana. Atma, Indriya, Mana. If these three things are in the happiest state, then Swastya ityabhidhiyate. That means if these things are in the happiest state, then he will be called as Swastya, or as already I mentioned you, Swasthya Purusha. That means healthy in terms of Ayurveda. But in terms of the modern medicine, these are whatever the diagnostic report, if it comes good, they say he is healthy. Okay. So till I told you, till the Agni, everything report you get, but this one you will never get the report. That means how you will identify the spiritual bliss, or his indriyas are happy, or his mind is happy. If you remember, or if you ask your parents, 10-15 years back, if you go to any doctor, immediately he never used to prescribe any medicine. First, he used to talk to you people. You can ask your parents, they will say, okay, they at least half an hour, they used to talk, and they used to understand this. That means whether his mind is happy or not. So that is what previously they used to do. But now it is immediately when you enter inside, they just ask your problems and they give the prescription. But Ayurveda says, when you go to Ayurvedic clinic, this is the first thing they will do. They will talk to you for nearly a half an hour to 45 minutes, so that they will come to know whether this Prasannatmendriya Mana is happy or not. Your mind is happy or not. Then in Yoga Shastra also, again, its the importance is given to the mind. So there also there is a one sutra is there, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. What he says is, Maitri Karuna Muditopekshana Sukha Dukha Papa Punya Bhavanat Chitta Prasadanam. That means, see, when you see a person, that means imagine your friend, you see your friend, he's wealthy rich. Okay. When he is wealthy rich, you should have a very good friendship with him. Imagine, or there will be a one more friend. If he does not have anything, or if he is in problem, you should have compassion with him. If you don't show these properties, that means you are not healthy. According to Ayurveda, yoga does not have any specific definition towards the health. The reason is yoga is a part of Ayurveda. Okay, since it is a part of Ayurveda, yoga always helps to prove or to help to get the positive effects of Ayurveda. So yoga does not have a specific definitions for healthy person or something like that. So in these sutras, we can identify what they mean to say. So if you have, for example, when you are going on a road, somebody will met with an accident, okay? Or imagine some dog or some cat met with an accident. If it dies there, you should have that feeling that, ayo, just it's a life, it lost its life. If you are simply going, you doesn't have any sensitivity towards that, means you are not healthy according to the yoga. So that is what he says. Maitri Karuna Muditopekshanam Sukha Dukkha Papa Punya Bhavanat Chitta Prasadanam. Whenever you are doing some work, you should analyze whether you are doing a sin, papam, or you are doing a good work. You should analyze that. Then only you will be called as a healthy person. So in the spiritual, there are around 25 qualities you should show. If you want to show that, or if you want to tell you are a healthy person. So there are many things other. These 25 others. These 25 will come one by one. And again in the yoga, they say you have this 5 qualities. That means the social discipline and the self-discipline. The first one is the social discipline, where you should show the satya, that is truthfulness. If these things, if you don't show in your social life, then you will be called as not healthy. That means you should be sensitive towards the things or towards some events. Then only you will be called as healthy. Otherwise, you're not a healthy person. Okay. So the first one is the satya. So you should have the truthfulness when you are living in the society. Truthfulness is, for example, you should always try to tell the truth. Okay, that you should have. Then ahimsa. Ahimsa is the non-violence. It does not mean that I'm not going to eat any non-veg. It's not like that. That is also one part. The words also create himsa to the other person. So you should not, when you are using some words, you should see to that should not feel bad to that particular that particular friend. That is ahimsa. Then asteya. Asteya is non-stealing. The direct meaning is the non-stealing, but thinking somebody's object is as mine, even that is also, it comes under stealing. Okay. If you just imagine your, remember your childhood. In your childhoods, you might see in your family, in your mother usually tells that if by mistake, if you got somebody's pencil or somebody's eraser, immediately mother used to say, no, go back and give it back first. Okay, that is a word she used to say. But now the generation, how the generation has changed is, once you get that one, the father or the mother will say, okay, leave it, let it be. Anyway, that guy has a lot of things. Keep it with you only. So that is the mentality they are growing now. But that is called as, it is a stealing. That means thinking others, some material is as mine. So that is asteya, that you should not follow that. Then aparigraha. Aparigraha means it is non-hoarding. That means accumulation. Here, one thing is the accumulation is in terms of wealth also. That means a one person or in one family, they'll have nearly 10 to 15 sites all over India, or 10 to 15 lands all over world, all over India. So that is called aparigraha. But there is a one more meaning for that. Even you should not accumulate the knowledge also. That means whenever you get some knowledge, it should be given it back. So that is called as aparigraha or non-hoarding. And the brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means usually the people will think it is the not getting married, not getting into the sexual things. So they think in that way. But as the word meaning says, brahmacharya, that means he is walking in such a path to get the bigger one. That means the Brahma is the ultimate one. To get that, he is walking in that particular path. That is the meaning of the brahmacharya. Then there has to be self-discipline. Now, till now, we told we saw the social discipline. Now we have to think on the self-discipline. The self-discipline is the shaucha. That means the cleanliness. That is the physical and mental cleanliness is very important. Whenever you are attending your college practicals or college theory classes, the one thing is the physical cleanliness. Every day we take bath and do it. And if you sit and thinking about something else in the class, then that is the mental hygiene. Mental hygiene is not there. And the other one is the santosha. Santosha is the contentment. That means you should be happy what you are learning. If you are not happy what you are learning, nobody else can make you happy. So that is the santosha, the contentment, and the Ishvara Pranidhana. Ishvara Pranidhana is you should surrender to your teacher or the God. That means whatever he is saying, I will agree on that or I will read on that. That is Ishvara Pranidhana. Then Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is self-study. That is required a lot and in the current environment. You have to do your self-study. That means analyzing ourselves. That is why great people say that do what I say and do what I do. But nowadays you are saying that do what I say, but don't do what I do. So that concept you should not apply. So you should apply do what I say and do what I do. So that is, if you do Swadhyaya, you will come to know. Then the tapas or the determination, you should have that I am going to do or achieve something. So these again related to the mind. If these things all are proper, then again in the yoga they say that your pranavayus should be proper, nadi should be proper, vata, pitta, kapha, and I already told you, and chakras I will tell you now. The body, again in the anatomy, in the MBBS anatomy, you will not get this particular concept. But it is there in our Ayurveda and yoga. It is related to the pranavayus. That means in the body, the vayus, vayu is the nothing but the air. Air is divided based on its position and the movement. Okay, the body is divided based on its position. The air is being divided into based on its position and the movement. For example, there are 5 pranas in our body or 5 pranavayus in our body. The one is the prana, other one is udana, vyana, samana, and apana. Prana is the more concentrated in the chest region, more concentrated in the chest region, and movement is upwards towards the brain. Movement is upwards towards the brain. And the udana is again concentrated in the throat region. more. And again, movement is upwards. It helps in your speech, articulation, and this saliva, production of saliva, all those things. And the Vyana will come afterwards, and the Samana is which is there in your the stomach part. That is, the movement is the circular, which helps in the digestion. And last one is Apana. Apana is the movement is towards the downward. That means if you have to pass your urine properly, stool properly, or if your reproductive system has to work properly, then this Apana Vayu has to work, because the movement is in the downward direction. And the Vyana Vayu is, it is spread all over the body. It is spread all over the body. If, for example, if you close your eyes, if somebody touches you, you will come to know somebody is touching. Then that means your Vyana Vayu is working properly. These are very important in maintaining your health. Why very important is, see, for example, you might know the production units. Since you are all science students, you might have visited any production lab or R&D lab. What they do is, just imagine that place. What they do is, they will close that particular production lab and maintain a positive pressure inside the room. Whenever you open the door to enter, the immediately air enters or flushes on your face. So that means they're maintaining the positive pressure inside the room. The same thing it is happening in our body. Same thing is happening in our body. So what the body is doing is, it is maintaining the positive pressure in the body through these vayus. So that is why immediately, this is the first line of defense. So immediately nothing can enter inside the body. So that is, if that has to be good, prana vayus. And the nadis, that is, nadis are the paths where the prana vayu travels. Nadis are the paths where the prana vayu travels. So thus has to be clear. So there are, how many paths are there? There are nearly 72,000 paths or nadis are there according to Hatha Yoga. Sorry, according to Patanjali Yoga Sutra. And according to Hatha Yoga, there are around 372,000 nadis are there in our body where the prana vayu travels. So the concentrated region of this nadis is nothing but your chakra. That is, there are 7 chakras are there. Again, if the vayu is proper, if it is having the proper movement in the nadis, then the chakra will be active. So if these 3 are good, then you can say that the person is the swasthya. That means he is a swasthya purusha, healthy person. So according to the World Health Organization, the definition is, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease. So that is what, from that time I'm trying to tell. That is what our Ayurveda is saying. Swasthya means it is not only if he physically, if he is fit and is very well built, nothing. It is not like that. So he's mentally also has to be fit. It does not mean that he does not have a disease. That is why he is very healthy. It is not that. It is not like that. The World Health Organization says the definition is based on our Ayurvedic Swasthya Purusha. So then how we can say whether that person has good health? That means AROGYA. Person has good health. So one thing is checklist. If you want to have a checklist, whether you are healthy or not, so one thing is you should have desire for food. Then proper digestion and metabolism should be there. Usually in my class here, whoever starts or whoever comes during the filling up the application form, I ask that how many times you go for the motion, whether in the morning once you go or multiple times. So all those things, the proper digestion and metabolism is very important, and timely elimination of stools, urine, and flatus is very important. Then lightness of the body. Your body should be light. You might be fat. Many people has the wrong concept that if I am fat, I'm not healthy. If I'm fat, I'm not healthy. It is not like that. You might be fat, but your body should be lighter to you. So that is the signs of AROGYA or healthiness, and the efficient sensory and motor functions. Sensory and motor functions, how it has to be is, if your Vyanavayu is working properly, if the skin and all the sensory touch sensor organ is working properly, even if a mosquito comes and sits on your skin, you should be able to identify some object or some organism has sat on my skin. It is not after biting. Okay, it's not after biting. If it comes and sits, then if you should feel that yes, something is sitting on my skin. So that is the efficient sensory and motor functions. And he should have a good sleep. Then maintenance of strength, complexion, and the lifespan. Then peace of mind, which is lacking now. You ask many people, we see many people, everything is there. They're wealthy, the good family, everything is there, but they come and say, sir, I don't have peace of mind. So that means, it means that they're not healthy. So again, its opposite is, if it is anarogya, or the opposite of arogya is the disease. So the lack of desire for food and improper digestion and metabolism and non-elimination of stools. That means they will not be able to pass the stool when they get up. So again, that is also a deformity. Then heaviness of the body. That means they are not able to walk, at least even for 1.5 kilometers, they will not be able to walk. Insufficient sensory, whatever you do on their body, you will not come to know. No sensory organs is working properly. Then altered sleep, then improper maintenance of strength, complexion, and lifespan. Then lack of peace of mind. As already I had told you, the peace of mind, which is lacking nowadays. So, yeah. So now all these are very important factors to make you Swasthya Purusha. To make you Swasthya Purusha. That means you should think in terms of Swasthya. Keep that thing in mind. You should think in terms of Swasthya, not in terms of healthy. So all these will make you, it is Swasthya Purusha. So how these things are, and your exercises, okay, how your exercises will make you Swasthya Purusha, and what are all the exercises will make you to help or become the Swasthya Purusha. I think we will be going in the Saturday session, where I'll be explaining about the different Vyayamas to make your body fit and fine according to Ayurveda. Okay, body, mind, both. Okay, fit and fine according to Ayurveda. So in the Saturday session, we will take it on the different exercises and asanas helps you to make the Swasthya Purusha. Okay, so let us stop here. Thank you, madam. If anybody has any doubts, you can.
Thank you, sir. Anyone has any doubts, you can clarify. You can ask, you can unmute yourself and ask your questions, or you can type it in chat box. No doubts? Yeah, the next session of sirs will be on Saturday. Nutana, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, you can announce about the next sessions, about tomorrow's. Yeah, somebody has raised their hand. I don't know. Sarha Zaki Ansari. You have anything to ask?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can ask.
Yes, madam.
In the points, what is the meaning of maintenance of lifespan, complexion, and that point, the last second point?
Alright. Maintenance of strength, complexion, and lifespan. Is that one you are asking?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, the strength is, for example, from here, if you want to walk for around 5 kilometers, you should have a strength. Now, what the people are doing is, for everything they are using the 2-wheelers or 4-wheelers. So naturally, the strength is getting reduced. And the complexion is when you see their skin, you will come to know it will be glowing. If you just see the people from the Western Ghats, okay, if you see them, they will be thin, but their face will be, the complexion will be very good. The skin complexion will be very good. So that you have to maintain. Then the lifespan, these are maintained properly, definitely the lifespan will increase.
So it is like a sadhana, you have to practice. It is not with 1 or 2 days you will get. Yeah. Any other questions? Sir is very busy, but he is always very kind to accept our invitation. Yes, sir. I think Nutana, we can conclude the session and the announcement you can make.
Yes. Thanks for delivering an effective talk, sir, by explaining the healthy aspects of fitness and health. We should have self-discipline and mental hygiene. This is what we have learned from your talk, sir. I'm sure everyone is encouraged and benefited by your talk, sir. On behalf of our college, I thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and delivering the talk. I also thank all. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I also thank all the participants who have actively participated in this session. Tomorrow's schedule is, tomorrow we have session on nutrition and nutraceuticals for health and wellness. The talk will be taken by Dr. Nida Uma Sulema, followed by one more session, importance of nutrition and nutraceuticals for well-being. The talk will be delivered by our dear principal, ma'am, Dr. Anuradha, ma'am. So tomorrow, please join the sessions and get benefited.
Please give your feedback. The form is posted in the chat box. It's very important. You have to give all 3 days. Then only you will get the certificate. And one more, for our students, there will be some internal assessment on these topics. So please be attentive, and at the end we are giving one test kind of a thing. So be alert and make use of these sessions. Okay, Nutana, we'll end the session. Subbalakshmi, you can close the.
Yes, ma'am.